And we should have vocational schools. You learn mechanical, you learn bricklaying and carpentry and all of these things. We don't have that very much anymore. And I think the word vocational is a much better word than, in many cases, a community college. A lot of people don't know what a community college means or represents. So we're working very hard on vocational schools.
All right, that was music to the ears of actor John Ratzenberger. He's been championing vocational schools and recognizing the value of mechanics and plumbers, electricians, all of that. And the world is finally coming his way. John, very good to have you. Thanks for taking the time.
Neil, hi. How you been?
I've been well, my friend. You know, we joked before that, you know, I don't know about your plumber. My plumber has people when he comes to the house. So obviously it's a very important profession. They can do quite well. But there's always been this sort of view that that's not what you want to get your kids into. That's not what a lot of states and municipalities want to push their budget dollars into. But this is a president who's saying, well, maybe that's about and should change. What do you think?
Well, yeah, the president's got bucket loads of common sense because he grew up on building sites. And that's actually why I became a fan of his right from the start, because having a background as a carpenter and construction sites, you learn a lot of common sense. And we took that away from our kids. We stopped shop classes, home ec classes. You just can't find them anymore.
Now, if the government makes that a priority, though, John, the question is how do you pursue it? And are you pushing other kids out of, you know, traditional education when, in fact, they might be gifted in other areas, and this is now ignoring that?
Well, shop classes, it's okay to know how to hang your own screen door. It's okay to know how to build a doghouse. That doesn't stop you from being the CEO of a big corporation or being a brain surgeon. It doesn't stop you. It actually makes you more of a complete person to have a toolbox. That's fun. That's how I, sometimes judge people that are, spouting philosophies and telling us how to live our lives. I say, can this person put together a coffee table from IKEA? And
I've heard about this toolbox thing. I've heard about it. Let me step back if I can, because I'm thinking, well, you're coming here, that lately Hollywood has been on a railing against the President of the United States, whether it is at the recent Globe Awards or what have you, and the Grammys. That is not a big shock, but I've always marveled at your career, whatever you think of them doing that as a pretty well-known conservative, you still have a pretty thriving career in all of these Pixar films and whatever. I know you're making $1 gazillion with every one of them. But
well, you try to keep under the radar as much as you can.
Well, you don't keep under the radar, though. So what I'm saying is I often think that this vindictive response to guys like you in Hollywood is overstated then. Because, look, I'm talking to a guy who's very successful, and if there was such a scarlet letter attached to you, you wouldn't be doing so well. So maybe they're not so vindictive.
Well, the jury's still out on all that stuff. I just try to, do my job, show up, go home, when the job's over, and not talk. I don't get into political discussions on any set.
But they know where you're coming from, right? You've been in the only guy in every single Pixar film. So you are a brand, regardless of your politics. So I guess I'm wondering when I hear people on the right, oh, Hollywood is, they go for you when you do this. Is that true?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah.
Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. That was my impression of you.
Yeah, I know.
I know. It's best that you just move on.
I heard that in the supermarket yesterday.
But bottom line, there is that. It's alive and well. But I always wonder when I see Mark Ruffalo and some of these others, the Hulk and all, going on against this. Do you think they hurt their movie success, their own career? Because obviously Republicans and Democrats, conservatives and liberals, go to the movies, right?
Well, yeah. I think they're eliminating half of their audience, insulting half their audience. Why would you do that? Go figure. It's not for me to make them change their lives. It's just a head scratcher for me. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they're probably able to fix their screen doors, so maybe in the end they bring it all home. John Ratzenberger, good seeing you.